on a practical side, what do you think are the logistical challenges of commissioning a wind power farm, and how do you think these are being addressed?
Yeah, I think there are some interesting challenges that the market might face in future. So again, to date we've had relatively low volumes of procurement and construction, and in these low volumes of construction we've been able to navigate some of the challenges that the industry might face when volume increases. So what we're seeing is, again, if there's a clear movement to try and increase the deployed capacity, because now we see the government procurement program, REAP, and we see the private sector. If we start procuring and building significant volumes, and the construction of these wind farms overlap, it could create quite a challenge in the South African market, which we need to be cognizant of and understand how we manage. From a port perspective, there's a limited number of ports that can accommodate the import of wind turbine components. So again, if you've got a lot of farms being constructed at the same time, you'll have congestion potentially at the port, offloading from the ships and moving components outside of the ports. In addition to that, you need logistics, so you need transport from ports to the actual sites. And that could introduce quite a lot of challenges. So I think first of all is the local contracting market. From a logistics perspective, there are a limited number of local players that can support that logistics requirement. So there could be fierce competition for reliable suppliers. On top of that, actually moving the components logistically across the roads in South Africa could introduce another challenge. So if you've got large volumes, you could have congestion on roads, which could lead to delays in construction. There could be potential challenges where the availability of government resources like police escorts could be in short supply, which could lead to additional logistics challenges. There's regulations that help support the decision making of abnormal load transports. That's largely been set up outside of the wind industry perspective, so it limits the time of day, as an example, and the length of convoys that can travel on roads, so that creates a limitation. And then in addition to that, I think the general skills challenges in South Africa are front and center. The availability of construction professionals, and once we've deployed all of this wind, we need people to actually operate and maintain these wind farms. So that will introduce additional challenges, because we've trained a market of technicians, as an example, that are employed on the existing wind farms. But if we double the existing installed capacity in a short space of time, we need plenty of newly trained, skilled technicians to take up those opportunities in a very short space of time.
Mm-hmm. And how is Nordex dealing with all of these upcoming challenges?
So I think we first of all trying to support from a market perspective. So I'm the chair of the Soweto Manufacturing Working Group. So we have to take an industry perspective on these issues, because it's not just Nordex that will suffer the consequences of some of these challenges. It will be the market. So we've taken a lead in trying to coordinate some of these challenges, so create an industry view on these challenges and try and create platforms where we can collectively address key stakeholders that can help us solve some of these challenges.
That's very informative. So thank you so much, Compton, for coming and speaking with us here today. It has been very valuable to speak with you. And to our viewers who are watching, this has been ESI Africa. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.